it's Alison Creamer here with Conversations with Creamer, and I am actually interviewing another artist today. You guys know I love my artist. Today we are with Alex Whiteside. She is an emerging artist with tons of resources under her belt, so I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself and tell me about your company name and just how did you get into this?
Okay, hi, I'm Alexandra Whiteside, Alex for short, because Alexandra is quite a mouthful. My husband and I are actually both fine artists, and I personally got into it through interior design, which was my initial career path. So together, my husband and I run a business that is an interior design company that also offers commissioned fine art. We paint on canvases, we do murals and decorative painting in people's houses, we do art shows and show in galleries all over the country. So we just try to get ourselves out there in any venue that we possibly can.
Well, an artist is so personal. And I met with one artist and I agreed with her that you can't look at art online sometimes. You really need to experience it. So being available in the physical realm definitely probably invokes that desire to want your art. So having them in galleries. So when did you realize that it was beyond interior? It was more in canvas or personal art. When did that transition happen?
It was one of those long, slow things. There was no eureka moment. My mother was an artist. So as young as 4 years old, I remember accompanying her to work at a company that she worked at in Philadelphia, and I would sit there and watch her do layout and paste up. In the days way before computers, when it was all done by hand and matching up the colors and everything. And I think it started then, like the seed was planted all that way back then.
Did you ever find yourself designing your dollhouses?
I did, yeah. I just, as a child, I did all of this stuff that was creative. While other kids were out riding their bikes, I was in my bedroom laying out, floor plans. And when I graduated from high school, the first thing I did was enroll in a photography and filmmaking program at Tidewater Community College because I just wanted to do something really creative and I wasn't quite sure yet how I wanted to channel it. And that turned out not to be the path that I wanted to go down, so eventually I steered over to interior design. And art and interior design simply can't be separated out.
Yeah, I agree.
So from there, that just gave me the base, kind of the springboard to go into more of a fine arts career path.
So have you ever had somebody take a piece of your art and then design the interior around it? It reminds me of that commercial. I think it's Keller, the faucet. It says, I want it around this.
No, actually, I wish that would happen. No, usually what happens is they ask me to do a piece of art that coordinates with the interior that they have or the interior that they're planning. So the great thing with
you have an inspiration
board.
Is
that, first of all, I get inspiration from them, so I'm not starting with a blank slate and going, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? But secondly, they get something from me that is customized and really fits their environment that they're creating. And I know there are a lot of artists out there who don't want to do custom. They just want to do whatever comes from their creative soul and not really be dictated to.
Yeah.
I do both. I'll do one. Yeah, it is. It's fun for me to do what I want to do and see what just comes out of me naturally. And it's fun for me to do something kind of with parameters set by somebody else and then see how excited they are to see what I create for them.
Especially when you translate it into something that their eyes glow when you see it. That's got to be rewarding.
Yes,
extremely
it sure
rewarding.
is. Yeah.
So you do canvas art, but you also do, did you say you do murals?
Yes, we do murals. My husband and I both as a team, we do murals and decorative painting. So basically what I say is we will paint on any surface you give us. We've painted furniture, walls, mailboxes.
Furniture.
Yes, yeah, and that's it's not just something where you can take a one-day course at Michael's and they're for professional painting at the level that we do it, where it's archival. There's quite a lot involved. You wouldn't believe how much chemistry you actually have to be aware of, so that you're not putting the wrong kind of paint on the wrong kind of stained wood and even on prepped wall surfaces.
Especially, I would think something that is just so hand-driven, you want it to last.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want the Michael's paint that's going to fade, chip, peel, crack,
Exactly.
and then you don't have this beautiful piece anymore.
Exactly.
So it's probably
yeah.
really
And I'm not
important.
knocking, please,
Yeah,
no, I'm
yeah.
not, because I teach those kinds of workshops, and that's great for people who just want to have some little creative outlet and do something, and it's not really meant to last 200 years. But what Jimmy and I offer as professional artists is something that is intended to be archival, whether it's on a wall or a stretched piece of canvas, should be something that can be enjoyed for generations.
So what is your favorite outlet when it comes to the creativity process? Is it interior design? Is it canvas art? Is it murals? Is it, furniture painting?
Wow.
What do you think is the thing that gets you most excited?
That is so hard because I think I'm a little schizophrenic as an artist. So I may have a period of months where it is interior design that just really gets me revved up. And then I may completely switch to where I just don't want to do another, living room or kitchen interior for the next 6 months, and all I want to focus on is large-scale abstract painting. So I can't answer that question.
I understand, because I go through bouts of creating with paper, then creating sewing, then it really is everything has a season.
Yes.
And it's those shifts and moments of what's going through your life and what's inspiring you at that moment.
Yeah.
So let's see. What kind of individual would seek you out for like a hiring job? Like, is it new construction people? Is it renovations? What do you find the trend is?
It is typically renovations rather than new construction. It is typically somebody who has been in their home for quite a number of years, and they're happy overall with their home, the bones of the house and the layout, and they just want to feel kind of refreshed in some way. So they'll seek me out for both interior design, just to kind of redesign and spruce up, and also for artwork, which, one piece of art can completely change the atmosphere of an entire room.
Yeah, like the abstract dog painting with the neon colors, or a French, seaside. It just depends on what they're going for. So when you say interior, is this a redesign taking their actual furniture? Is this like a restage redesign, or is this we're going to go out shopping and completely overhaul the whole house?
It always depends on the client, on what they want. If they have great furniture that they love, but they just feel the arrangement has become a little stale, then I'll work with what they've got, and a lot of times we'll shop in their house. I'll go in other rooms.
See, I love that.
Yeah, I do
love
too.
that.
That's so fun. It's a great challenge to create an entirely new room and new feel without buying a single thing. So that's
because
fun.
they already have it in their house. They bought it. They might have loved it.
Yeah.
And so it's just not in that. It's not being showcased
exactly
to what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I love doing that. So I get those. And then I also get the clients, and I just did one this past winter where I had actually helped them design and arrange their furniture 9 years ago, and they were tired of it, and we scrapped it all and started completely from scratch and bought everything new and did a completely new design of the space.
So as we start to wrap up, what would you say the process of somebody getting in touch with you, hiring you, the time frames? Let's go ahead and talk about how somebody can find you, because if they're looking at a redesign, a complete overhaul, a piece of art, we want to make sure they can get in touch with you.
So I'm actually very easy to find. If you Google Whiteside, I'm going to pop up all over the place. I made sure that I'm very easy to track down. So you can find me on my website, which is also really easy to remember. It's just Whiteside Art Studios. So if you can type that in, you can find me. I am all over Facebook, so if you search for Whiteside Art Studios on Facebook, or just Alexandra Whiteside or Whiteside Interiors, you're going to find me. And I make sure that my phone number is out there, my contact info is out there, so it's really easy to track.
That's really helped with social media.
Yeah.
It's
thank
not hard
for Facebook.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes. I don't know
now,
how I
do you do
survived
Instagram?
without it.
Are you on Instagram?
I do. I'm on Instagram. Thank you for mentioning that one. And on Twitter.
On Twitter?
Yes.
Okay. So what about Pinterest? Do you have a Pinterest board?
I actually, my Pinterest boards were a hot mess. So I just deleted them entirely, and I'm getting ready to start from
Relaunching.
scratch with
Yeah,
them.
I love Pinterest. It's my bulletin board
I
of
do
desire.
too, but I just went absolutely crazy with them, and I was just like, this is just so, you know how I said I was schizophrenic? That's what my Pinterest
I
boards
feel
look
you.
like.
I feel you. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I'm definitely going to make sure that all of your links are in the show notes for those who are listening and they've got to go back and find them.
Great.
I would love to hear if you hire Whiteside Art Studio, right? Whiteside Art Studio. I'd love to see your photographs. You can tag them in the YouTube